Hello. You're listening to Questboard, a podcast where we make up random side quests. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Tiffany. And just so you know, we are not professional writers in any way, shape, or form. At least we don't claim to be. We just really like tabletop RPGs, and we do this for fun.
I'm sorry. I got hung up on not.
Not. I know, it came out weird. We are not professionals.
If we could be not professionals, that'd be great. I don't think you've even seen that movie.
No.
Office Space.
Nope.
It's an old movie.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm just by myself here. Anyways, how are you?
I am actually fantastic. I learned something new today, and I love learning new things.
Okay. What is it?
You can Google lens a flower, and it will tell you what kind of flower it is. I was wondering...
What do you mean Google Lens? What do you mean by that?
So if you open up Google on your phone, there's like a little camera-looking thing up next to the search bar, and it's called Google Lens. You take a picture of something, and it finds it on the internet for you. You can use that to take a picture of a flower, and it will tell you what kind of flower it is.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen those ads where they're like, oh, take a photo of this, and then you circle like the shoes, and it's like, oh, this is where you could buy it. Or
yeah, I think Amazon does that too, but I just realized that you can basically SoundCloud flowers.
SoundCloud flowers.
Yeah.
Will they have,
SoundCloud
will that work with like birds as well for like bird watchers and all that?
If the bird holds still enough, probably.
I mean, if they have a good enough phone, like some phones are really good on the cameras.
I'm pretty sure you can use Google Lens to search just about anything, but I never considered using it on flowers until my husband was like, oh yeah, my sister does that all the time. I'm like, wait. Because we were wondering what these flowers in our neighbor's yard was, so I just stopped, took a picture of it, and it's like, oh, it's oh crap, I forgot what it was now. The ones you can eat.
I mean, everything could be eaten. Some are only once.
Hibiscus.
Okay.
No, these ones you can eat again and again. Let's not eat poisonous flowers, people.
I'm just saying, technically you can eat them.
You can eat anything, sometimes only once.
But should you?
That.
No.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of learning some random facts, mine's a little bit more
obscure.
Dark? Grotesque?
Oh my.
It's not that bad, but it's an interesting thought. You know how your body has an immune system?
Yes.
The immune system in your body doesn't know the existence of your eyeballs.
Fascinating.
But your eyeballs have its own immune system.
Really?
So if your body immune system ever finds out that you have eyeballs, it will attack it like any foreign object in your system.
That sucks.
I mean, yeah. But I learned that recently. I thought that was really interesting.
That's terrifying. Now I'm going to worry about my immune system finding out about my eyeballs.
If you think about it, like, your eyeballs just sit in sockets that just connect by a nerve to your brain. It doesn't really actually take part in any of your actual body.
There's blood vessels in there.
There is.
Yeah, you can see them.
Well, apparently your immune system doesn't go there.
Fascinating.
Or is that how like some conditions do that? Like,
yeah,
maybe that causes some conditions. I don't know.
It's possible. I mean, I know someone who's lost an eyeball because it just randomly started swelling. They couldn't really figure out why.
It's its immune system. I don't know.
It's quite possible.
I found that out the other day. I was like, huh.
I mean, just today I found out that the liver does like 300 different things in your body.
I mean, the human body does a lot of things you don't think about.
I know, but livers are really important. Take care of your liver, people.
Okay, another body.
Health with Tiffany.
Another body fun fact. There is more bacteria cells than your actual body cells in your body.
I don't doubt that in the slightest.
We rely on like outside help, quote unquote outside help that's inside.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about like getting your gut biome right and stuff, like
you are
eating the right
humans are a donut. There is a tube that goes through us. And that's technically outside.
That's gross. But yeah.
It is true.
But a lot of people talk about like, trying to fix their gut biome and stuff and getting the right bacterias in there. And we rely on certain bacterias working inside of us to help us digest even.
It's all a part of like the ecosystem.
Yeah, it's a symbiotic relationship.
And you know what else is a part of the ecosystem?
What?
The monsters in D&D.
Ooh, good segue.
We're creating a quest based off a specific monster because this is Monster Spotlight.
Woo, Monster Spotlight.
So, we will find out what random monster we're doing.
First off, we got to figure out which of the two lists I have we're going to use. So please roll a D4.
I got a 3, so that'll be a 2.
2 it is. All right, second list. D100, please.
69.
Nice. All right, monster 169 on my list is a treant. Found in the monster manual on page 289. Oh my gosh, did you just turn right to it?
I pulled up a random page and I just so happened to have treant.
How crazy is that?
That was weird.
Yeah.
But treants are cool.
Treants are cool.
Everyone knows treants.
They're walking, talking trees. They're also seen in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I think that's how they got very famous.
Yeah.
Treants are awakened trees that dwell in ancient forests. Although treants prefer to while away the days, months, and years in quiet contemplation, they fiercely protect their woodland areas from outer threats. The sleeping tree awakens. A tree destined to become a treant meditates through a long cycle of seasons, living normally for decades or centuries before realizing its potentials.
So they're old.
They're
they
like
get a
monks.
brain.
They're lion monks.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. I thought it was like through magic or stuff like that. But no, it's them realizing their potential.
Realizing they can think.
Yeah.
Just like all of a sudden, what a nice day. Oh, I have thoughts.
I'm now just picturing like a dog that sits and views out the back door. You know how like that 1,000-yard stares dogs sometimes do?
Oh, yeah.
I imagine now a dog that's looking there and then just turns. He's like, "Hi, I have awakened."
Just turns around and starts talking to you. You're like, what? So
I have aligned to the next level.
So all treants are old.
Yes, that's what it's implying through decades or century. Depends on how fast they become enlightened to or realizing its potential. Treants that awaken do so only under special circumstances and places steeped with nature's magic. Okay, there it is.
Okay, yeah.
Treants and powerful druids can sense when a tree has spark of potential, and they protect such trees in growing in secret groves as they draw near the moment of their awakening.
Oh, that's nice.
During the long process of awakening, trees acquire face-like features in its bark, a division of the lower trunk into legs and long branches bending downwards to serve as its arms.
Okay.
When it's ready, the tree pulls its leg free from the clutching earth and joins its fellows in protecting the woodland home.
Nice.
They are known as legendary guardians. After a treant wakens, it continuously grows as it did as if it was a tree. Trees created from the mightiest trees can reach great sizes while developing an innate magic power over plants and animals. Such treants can animate plants, using them to ensnare and trap intruders. They can call on wildlife creatures to aid them and carry messages across great distances.
Nice.
They are known as protectors of wilds. Even after awakening, a treant spends much of its time living as a tree. While rooted in place, treant remains aware of its surroundings. It can perceive the effects of events taking place miles away based on subtle changes nearby.
Ooh.
Woodcutters who avoid culling healthy living trees and hunters who only take what they need of the forest bounties are unlikely to arouse a treant's ire. Creatures careless with fire, and those who poison the forest, and those who destroy the great trees, especially a tree close to awakening, faces the treant's wrath. And then it has the actual stat block.
Yeah, which I'm actually looking at right now. They can only animate other trees once a day.
But that's still pretty powerful.
They also deal double damage to objects and structures because they're siege monsters.
Well, they're a huge plant.
Yeah. I had a really funny idea for a possible player variant.
Okay.
A treant made out of a bonsai. So it's very small, maybe humanoid sized.
Name Groot.
And that's how you could play as Groot in D&D.
You know, did I ever tell you about my character idea I have for the first campaign that I was a part of, where your husband was the DM? My backup character?
Oh, no, you didn't.
I had a backup character who was going to be a cleric.
Ooh.
And was going to be a tree person.
Yeah.
Who worshipped the god of sun. So it's a tree that worshipped the sun.
Makes sense.
And every morning they were going to praise the sunrise.
Nice.
And that's how they gained the spells for the day.
Okay, that makes sense.
I thought that was funny.
That is funny. I like that. They would have gotten along really well with my druid.
I think I was going to plan like that's how the tree was going to join the parties. Like they knew the druid.
I mean, I was playing an old lady, so she knows some people.
Yeah, I think that was like my way in. I was planning on doing, but my character never died.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I mean, he almost died. I almost got him as a bear.
Oh, you mean
the very first time he
we don't talk
showed
about
up.
that?
I almost killed him by turning into a bear.
You got a lucky crit. It was BS.
It wasn't luck. It was talent.
Skill. That's what you meant to say. Skill.
Yes, I have a talent and skill in rolling nat 20s.
I have a talent of skill.
Yes, I have a talent of skills. Anyway, so we got to make a full quest around a treant. Do we want to make it a quest to protect the treant? Maybe a druid is calling for aid to protect a new emerging treant?
Yeah, we could do that.
Or is there a treant attacking a forestry camp or something, and they've been cutting down trees and the treant's attacking them? They're posting help.
Like a poacher's camp or something like that.
Not even a poacher's camp, just people who are clear cutting.
I mean, like it says that anyone who cuts huge trees, especially anything that's close to being an awakened tree, or someone who takes more than what they need. So like poachers or that.
Right.
It works for both. No, I kind of like the idea of, it might be silly, but I don't think there's a lot of quests that are like, hey, defend against waves. What happens if we do like a sacred grove? A druids need help defending a sacred grove from waves of like creatures.
Just a reminder, we have technically already done a defend against waves type quest, which was Jurassic Bark.
Oh my god, do you actually remember?
I do remember.
But that technically was a quest of closing up the hole.
Yes.
It wasn't exactly waves, but it was waves until they close up the hole.
Pretty much. But this is waves trying to attack something, so it's...
You defend after like 5
protecting.
waves or X amount of waves.
Yeah.
Is like maybe progressively harder, or if we want to go that approach.
Right. What would want to attack a treant?
What happens if it's like a...
Beavers.
Something that could corrupt trees? What happens if like in this great forest there's like a dark corruption where it's like corrupting plants and all that stuff and trying to expand territory?
Yeah, but how would D&D players defend against that?
What happens if they just need... I don't know.
I was thinking giant beavers.
God. Okay, I'm recycling an idea I've had that I still want to do. I had an idea of basically a dense forest that like civilization doesn't go in towards or anything like that, where it's inhabited by druids, right?
Okay.
And I've always envisioned like druids could be like the best anti-society kind of viewpoint. Anti-consumerism, anti-society, anti-people.
Anti-expansion.
Yeah, they're fine with like some people might be fine with just like smaller settlements that take only what they need and doesn't like ruin the environment.
Yeah.
But some think that that's not a thing, that it's going to expand eventually, so you might as well just nip the bud.
Nip it in the butt. Bud.
But it was a idea that in this forest there's a divide between the druids. One that believes that, yeah, anti-human and all that stuff. But the other one takes it further, where it's anti any living creature and believes that the plant should basically be the sole thing.
Oh, so poison ivy.
Sure.
That's what she's like.
So one would be like, one side of the druid forces would be very much into like animal companions, animal spells, shape-shifting, all that stuff. The other one would be more plant-based spells.
Okay.
What happens if this is a situation where... But then I don't know how the party will get hired by said druids if they're anti-people.
Right.
And I just realized this.
Maybe the ones coexisting with the animals are the ones that are also coexisting with the town nearby, because the town isn't taking too much, and they've been coached by the druids on how to take only what is needed to live.
So hang on. Like you're on one of the sides, but that's not the side I was going to suggest for this quest, because It's the one that has animals on the sides that wants to destroy a possibly awakening tree
Which would join forces with
with
the nature side.
the plant side druids.
Be too powerful. Yeah. How are you going to defend that?
Well, it's just waves of animals.
No, I'm saying, how are you defending this druid calling for help?
Yeah,
from...
I know I realized that as I was explaining this.
Yeah.
But I thought that like that dynamic would just quote unquote justify like this kind of wave defense.
Right.
But I don't know for the party.
So here's a thought. It still has the whole wave defense thing, but it's a druid that wants to work with the town, wants to help teach the town. This is how you can live with nature without destroying it. But the leader of the town, like the mayor or baron or whoever's in charge, just wants to clear cut everything and destroy it all.
No, I'm sorry. I had an idea while you were talking.
Can I finish my idea?
Sure.
Okay. So the druid wants to help protect this tree to help defend the forest from anyone who wants to take too much, and is still willing to work with the town if they want to learn how to live with nature properly. So they're calling for help to defend the tree from the town lord who keeps sending in mercenaries to destroy it. Now your idea.
My idea, I just only thought was, what happens if this is a small town that lives in the woods?
Yeah.
That doesn't take too much or anything like that. We could even say this is elves that are very in tune about working with nature.
Yeah, like wood elves.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But what happens if like they're very small town, and they have a tree that's actually close to awakening, that's like in the center of town or near town, and the druid says, "Oh, this is going to be awakened soon," and the awakened tree, because it's learned from its surrounding or anything like that, will act as a guardian for this town.
Right.
And then druids are anti-society. Like, we can't have a nature defend these corruption beings, these things that take what they want.
Interesting.
And so they're going to try to destroy the tree before it's awakened, because it would be not a true treant that's actually working with nature, because it's defending these humans or these living beings.
Yeah.
Instead of defending the forest itself.
My problem with that is the druids are living beings too.
Yes.
So they're against themselves.
Well, they'll be against society. What happens if, let's say, we'll make this humans, because humans are usually
looked down upon
as a virus.
A plague upon the land.
Yes. And maybe they also, they do communicate with outside, cities.
So maybe they learned about the cultivation of treants and realized this tree in the center of town that they kept there because it was pretty.
It could be like the history of the town or anything like that. Yeah. But a random wandering druid says oh, this kid sense that this tree is going to be awakened soon.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like a guardian of this town. But druids are anti-society.
Right.
Would have a problem with that.
Right. They don't want it to defend the town because they want to get rid of the town.
Yes, that kind of thing. And it'd be very against their own kind of code of destroying a treant.
Right. So
they have to make sure it not becomes a treant.
Gotcha.
How about that route?
Okay.
Instead of, the whole crud baron and all that stuff, that could also work.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of liking yours a little better because it shows that this town of humans wants to work with nature and having a cool guardian on their side.
I was just trying to think of a way to make that area the obvious good guys and good people for the party.
And then if the party wanders into the town and be like, oh hey, the tavern has a quest up, defend the great tree, and that can be what it's called, the great tree. And when they walk into town, they can obviously notice this really ancient, cool tree right in the center of town. It's the the square middle. What's the thing called? Plaza?
Town square?
Town square. Yep, that's totally what I was going at. It is the town square. That tree.
There could
the focal
be
point of everything.
The druid could coordinate hey, send out job requests to neighboring towns. We could even make this a possible party starter.
It could be.
Because technically a treant is challenge 9, but
Yeah.
the monsters that are coming in to attack it doesn't have to be challenge 9.
Right, because the party's not fighting the treant, they're
No.
defending it.
Yes.
Because it's not a treant yet.
And so it could be an interesting start. Like you guys all just took on a job about defending a town or a tree
Yeah.
from
So
swarms of beasts and all that stuff.
how would the quest look? It's like help wanted to defend great tree in center of town.
Help defend town from
Crazy druids.
crazy druids. From attacking druids or
Possible. Attacking forces.
from forest creatures.
Yeah. More information available upon request. Please talk to insert name here. Mayor of insert town name here.
Do you want to give it names?
Oh my gosh, this is kind of funny. I saw a name on my list before we started, and I really liked it. And it's even more relevant now because the mayor's name is Harris Birch.
And his brother Anthony and his sister Ashley.
Yeah. No, I just thought it was funny because that's a tree. So,
No, that's fair.
yeah.
Okay. What
Also,
was his name
Anthony
again?
Birch, if you want to come on our podcast and chat with us, that would be super
Oh, he
awesome.
doesn't care about us. He doesn't care about anyone.
He could. You never know.
No, I'm a big fan of his stuff.
Yeah,
No, he
me
doesn't
too.
care.
Anyway, so Harris Birch, that is the name of our mayor. Maybe everyone in town has different tree-related surnames because this town absolutely loves their great tree, so they've all taken names to reflect that.
Okay, so just go on Pokemon and look up all the professors and then just pick a last name from them.
There you go.
Each one of them.
Mm-hmm. Oak, larch, cedar, pine. I actually know some pines. Anyway,
I was wondering how long you were going to do this.
my knowledge of trees eventually runs out. Maple,
Apparently you want to continue.
cherry, pear, walnut.
I'm keeping every single spacing in between all of your words.
Come on, I know there's another one in there. I mean, there is a dragon's blood tree, but I think we've already talked about that one. Where if you cut it, it bleeds. The sap is like red. That'd be a cool last name. My last name is Dragonblood. Anyway, Baobab. There's
what was
a good
that
one for
episode? Where was that?
you. I don't remember.
I think that was a long time ago. I can't remember the name of that episode. Oh well. The episode was episode 60, In Grove Danger. Check it out.
There's also something called an African milk tree, but it looks more like a cactus. So
what are we defending from? It really depends on what level the party is.
honestly, the druid can just call in a bunch of random animals.
Yes, that's what we're saying, but like,
Okay,
is he going to start off with a wave of cockatrices?
hold on. I need to look something up if it exists in the first place, and also what the thing is. No, they don't exist in at least the bestiary I'm looking at. Giant beavers would be hilarious as one wave because you're like, oh no, these guys could do some damage. There's giant badgers, giant bat, giant boar, but no giant beavers.
You can basically take the stats of a giant badger and make it a beaver.
Probably.
And treat it like a siege monster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just look up beasts in
Yeah.
5th edition and
And beavers aren't even on the list. Now I'm sad. But yeah, various beasts, and then you can kind of like maybe slightly go up in challenge rating as the players like fight off wave after wave.
and then that's when you do the description of like, oh, they're really close to dying. You notice that they stop.
What do you mean?
So at like the end of a wave, you see how good they are. And if you're
Mhm.
like, oh, they could survive another wave. Do another wave.
When the players are close to dying,
Yes.
that's when you stop. That's
That's when you make it intense and they feel
Right.
like, oh, the players barely survived.
yeah.
And they act like that was your plan the entire time.
Yes. Maybe like one could go down, but not dead, just unconscious. And you're like, all right, this feels like a good place to stop and like let them feel like they
Wait.
bested you.
I found a challenge rating 1 armor plated beaver.
Armor plated beaver.
Yeah.
I didn't consider that.
I don't know why it's armor plated, but there was a stat block for armor plated beaver.
What kind of armor?
It has 17 AC.
That's not bad. It's only a challenge rating 1, too.
I know.
Oh, and they can hold their breath up to 20 minutes.
Who gave this beaver armor plating, though?
It's like, what kind of armor is it? Because I know if it's druids and stuff,
No,
they don't deal with metal.
I'm picturing the armor plating polar bear from Golden Compass.
Yeah.
I can't believe I referenced that stupid movie. It was not a good movie.
It had good CG, and I like the creatures in it. I thought they looked really neat. Armor-plated beaver. Now I'm Googling armor-plated beavers, and this thing, that's a bear. That's not a beaver. That's not what beavers look like, you silly. I'm not finding any images of it, but I did find a stat block for a plain beaver. So someone out there has made one. I'm just finding beavers in, like, regular humanoid armor, standing up and stuff.
Oh, you mean like Beaver Warrior from Yu-Gi-Oh?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, pretty much
Or his original name, Louise.
What?
You never heard this?
No.
You know how Yu-Gi-Oh is Japanese?
Yes, I'm aware.
They changed a lot of the cards' names
Yes, they did.
when they went to English. Beaver Warrior was originally named Louise in the Japanese version.
That's weird.
I know, right?
See, okay. I have a random memory of Beaver Warrior because I got a super cheap pack of cards that I was amazed at how cheap they were. I was just like, why? It's like 7 packs of cards at an extremely low price. I'm totally getting these. Didn't read on the package vital information that these were all Spanish cards.
Mm.
I have a very limited knowledge of Spanish, but just enough to be able to understand what's being said on them. So I actually played with those cards, one of which was a Beaver Warrior, or Guerrero Castor.
Is that literally like Beaver Warrior translated?
Yes.
Oh, okay. A little lame, but
Yeah.
come up with your own version.
Because I think the prehistoric beavers were called Castoroides or something like that, which is Latin-based, and Spanish is very Latin-based, so yeah.
Okay. Weird tangent over.
Yeah, sorry. Yu-Gi-Oh! Does that. I was looking up dire, see if there was a dire beaver. There is not. No giant beavers, no
whatever.
dire beavers.
It really depends on the level of the party. Sadly, we don't know the level of the party because this could be any level.
Yeah.
But just to go from start to finish, which will be very quick, players will see a posting of defending a town from a forest creatures, forest beasts.
Various forest creatures, mostly beasts, because that's what the druids would be able to call upon.
Yeah, but what is the thing going to say the help wanted?
Beasts.
Need men to defend city from beasts, forest beasts.
You don't have to put forest in there, just beasts in general.
Okay. They will see a posting.
Wild beasts.
Wild beast. Okay. Or maybe create the sense that, like, yeah, it's coordinated, so it's druidic beasts.
Oh, there you go. Crazy druids.
No, that's propaganda.
I wouldn't put it past them to use propaganda.
I know, but we're not going to encourage propaganda.
That's fair.
They will see a posting of wanting soldiers to help defend a small town from druidic beasts.
Okay.
Swarms of druidic beasts. Go to the town, find that the reason why they're defending is for this sacred tree that soon will be awakened to be the town's guardian.
Yeah.
Because that town has lived there for generations, so that the tree has absorbed the feeling of camaraderie kind of thing.
Yeah. It can feel the hopes and dreams of the citizens and has, like, you know, grown feeling all this love
and then
from
they
the
could
citizens
cast
around
Spirit Bomb bigger.
Yes. No, it has grown with all the love that the citizens have been giving it, so it, in turn, loves them and wants to protect them.
And so then it's just, hey, get ready for waves of attacks. And then one day it'll be just waves upon waves until the party is almost dead. And then you could say
I
it
have
is
a
done.
thought for what happens when the party's almost dead.
Okay, what?
The tree awakens
Oh, okay.
and just starts yeeting beasts back into the forest.
You could have the final wave where it's like one of the bigger creatures.
I found something. It's another kind of beaver.
What?
Prehistoric beavers.
What challenge ring?
3. So you could have them bring in the big guns because they're large.
I was thinking something like a well, it is a large beast.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be the
Whatever.
prehistoric beavers. I was just excited that I found another beaver.
I was thinking like maybe a bigger one, like a big creature that's just threatening to the players, in which then it
Bears.
will awaken in the middle of. This is D&D. We could go bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like was a giant subterranean lizard. That's a challenge
Ooh.
rank 3. A woolly rhinoceros. That sounds intimidating
Ooh,
for
that
the
would be
players.
interesting. Yeah.
Challenge rank 6, but still like that sense of like a big creature, and then they have that sense of despair.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you hear the ripping of the ground / roots as it actually upheaves
Or you
itself,
just hear like a bunch of branches start moving,
cracking, and then all of a sudden just whack.
like reminiscent sounds of a whomping willow. Cue Harry Potter reference. Go.
And I think that would be a cool sense of, oh, it's awakened and all that stuff, and now
Yeah.
they have their protector.
It woke up. It knows that they were defending it, so in turn, it defends them.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
Or anyone that harms the people of this village.
Right.
And then it goes back into the center and does the whole false appearance.
Yeah. It's
Or
just
just-
like, I am tree.
You're really going for the I am crew level.
That was actually unintentional. It just goes back into pretending to be a tree, is what I was getting at.
But yeah, I think this is pretty much a quest.
Yeah, no, I totally call that a good quest. And it's a great party starty. Starty?
Starty.
Party starty. We have now renamed party starters to party starties.
No.
Okay, fine.
I get half the vote and I'm vetoing that.
Dang it. We need a third party.
Now, is that the name of a different series? Third party? Or should we call that whenever we have a third guest, a third party?
Third party episode.
Anyways, we do have 2 social medias. One is X, Questport Pod, and the other one is YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, you already know that. If you put this in your campaign, let us know the kind of monsters that your players fended off.
Yeah.
What was the big bad creature that the treant helped defeat? And if you just went all beavers, how non-serious did the party take it after that?
And how angry are the beavers?
Wow, 90s cartoon reference.
You gotta throw one in every time, you know that.
Let us know down in the comments of this YouTube video, or if you could tweet us with some context of what you're tweeting us about.
Or we can just figure it out.
Or we try to roll insight. I don't know.
Mine's not good, by the way.
But I think with that, I wish you all a good night.
And happy questing.